Hello again, YouTube! This is Dr.Kendo, and we're here with Scribblenauts Unlimited and Unmasked. We've got both games. We're going to be making a great item that was requested by many people. I'll go ahead and put their names up right here, right now. And just for some house cleaning, I am not taking requests. I'm not going to do it for a long time, so people can stop requesting things. It's getting kind of old. But anyway, today everybody has requested yet another Sonic the Hedgehog character. It's always so great to make these. I think they turn out really well when I create them in Scribblenauts. So, who are we making today? We started off with the dancer and started painting it silver? Because we are making Silver the Hedgehog. So this was a highly requested item. And honestly, there are other people out there who requested it. There was some non-subscribers who requested it, so I obviously wouldn't use their usernames. But also just, even when I was saying, hey, don't do any requests and stuff, lots of people put, hey, Silver the Hedgehog. And so I've kind of had to make an executive decision that I'm not going to add any more names to the pile or anything like that. Just names, requests, any of that stuff is done. So, if you've requested Silver, just be happy that your item is getting made, honestly. I mean, that's what this is all about, right? It's your name being up on screen is not going to get you a whole lot of fame or anything. I'm not that big or whatever. And these aren't annotations, so people don't click them. But yes, I acknowledge you. If you requested Silver in the past, I do acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we're just using Fang. Fang is the item that I did for his hairs that are on the top of his head, his sort of spikes. They're really, in real life, in the games or whatever, Silver's hair is a little bit less spiky there in the front and more just kind of hair-ish, like it's feathered, almost. And so I did think, though, after trying some things, that the Fang would be the best option. And right there for Kenpo, we used Kenpo's arm. Everybody knows I love to use Kenpo for most of my characters. It's a very good, solid color arm with a white glove on. And a lot of characters that I do seem to have a white glove. But you couldn't change just the end part of the glove. You couldn't make that golden, so I had to basically put this same little arm thing that I used for his nose and his snout areas and stuff. I just did that, but colored it this golden color. And we put that for his golden cuffs that are on his arms, on his wrists. And so I just used sock to put there with his shoes, because right above his shoes, he also has some golden cuffs right there. And so, of course, we're just using hair. Oh, look at that. Okay, I ran out of stamp space, so everybody take notice. If there's something that doesn't get done on here, it's because there's not enough stamp space. So nobody can sit here and complain about that there was not enough stamp space. So let's see. Usually I create Sonic characters with just the black eyes, so I think I'm going to try that out, because we do need to do Silver's ears. I think it would look whack without some ears, so taking away the golden part, it still looks alright. It's kind of it's harkening back, I would say, to the classic Sonic series. So, it's like going back to classic Sonic instead of modern Sonic. Silver never really got to see a classic age, but why not just make it uniform throughout? None of the other Sonic characters have the colored eyes, so in my Scribblenauts is what I'm saying. And so we're doing some basic scripting. Again, I like to tell everybody this. I don't go too far into the scripts and everything. I do, of course, the weapons and things like that, but I don't go too far into scripting, so I can leave that to you guys. I did Ice Ball as the projectile that he shoots, because I feel like that was kind of just better than doing a sphere. I've done sphere in the past kind of for that, like, orb shape or whatever. I do believe that Silver, and people are going to try to correct me on everything, so I'm sure someone's going to correct this, but, I never played that far in Sonic 06. I stopped very early, so I didn't get to see Silver in that game. I'm very not well-versed in Silver, so I kind of had to do some research and everything, but I do believe he can basically just shoot out, like, these orbs and stuff. We'll talk about his powers in just a second, but that's kind of what it looks like. I did have it when you put him on the field, he is psychic, so it's like he automatically gets the adjective psychic, but it made him have that little crystal ball that I just put in the trash, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. We're here in the volcano. I thought that this level kind of looked like the old ruins and wasteland and stuff of the present that Silver comes into. Oh my gosh, this dog just tried to... What the hell? Oh man, the giant, he had totally grabbed onto Silver, and it was like how he uses that big stick or whatever and throws it for his demoness dog to go fetch and whatnot, but they grabbed Silver. That was really funny. Oh, that was cool. I just if you double tap while you're holding anything that has a projectile, it'll shoot it. So that, we got to see the ice ball projectile right there. Let's go ahead and put something evil on the field. We'll do a monster so it'll attack him. Okay, so here's... Oh, Dang, Silver's getting everybody into the fight. Let's see if he can take them all. I gave him a lot of health. You know, he's all futuristic-like. He can take it, right? We're also going to change his adjective to be magic instead of psychic, so I'm just going to have him be magical. I think that that would kind of be a good way to handle his psychokinesis and everything. So we're going to go ahead and create him in Scribblenauts Unmasked as well, of course. You know, I want you guys to see that process as well because we can make use of superpowers and superheroes. So I actually took Crimson Fox, and the reason that I did that is because maybe I can use a fewer amount of stamps and stuff like that, because Crimson Fox is actually a female character. On her chest, it has that little white part, if you see that right below his snout right now. So I just figured that could serve as his hair right there on his chest, and we wouldn't have to use a separate stamp for that. Crimson Fox also has this piece of hair, I guess, in the back or whatever it is that she has. It's like hair that kind of, it's another basically green grid area that I can attach these fangs to right here that I'm about to do right now. So you can see it right there. So what I'm hoping that this does, and I'm pretty sure that it will look like this, is that it'll kind of make it that his hair, his spiky hair will flow and bounce in the wind, his back spikes. So I think that it'll kind of just give it a more realistic look and everything. So hopefully you guys agree that that would be cool. See, look at it. It bounces as he bounces up and down. First, we'll get the other items for him, and then you'll see it in the end. But you know, I like to research the characters and just kind of give some background for anybody who doesn't know about them. Maybe you want to learn some fun facts, just things like that. So, of course, Silver the Hedgehog comes from around 200 years in the future, where he takes on the role of protecting the future world by trying to prevent catastrophes happening in the past, or present time, but it's past for him. And so I've actually read that he's a kind-hearted, positive, and well-meaning kind of guy, driven by a strong sense of justice to right the wrongs of the past, and, you know, just to uphold the peace. So in his battles against past wrongdoers, he uses psychokinesis, basically just powers that are really second nature to beings from his time in the future. This allows him basically to levitate, which is why I'm actually setting this Silver to hover here in Scribblenauts, and he can move objects with the powers of his mind. Silver first appeared in Sonic 06, and then went on to be in the Sonic Rivals series, Colors on the DS, Sonic Generations, and he has lots of appearances, you know, in many of those party games like Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, which I actually just got the 2014 Sochi version, Sonic Riders, and he's even in Smash Brothers Brawl, where you can actually see him in Green Hill Zone, that stage, going through the shuttle loop in the background. You can also collect him as a sticker and a trophy in that game. But this is pretty awesome. I mean, look at this. His hair is like floating or whatever. It's like, you know, it's bouncing up and down as he moves up and down. So I do like how that kind of turned out. It looks like they're kind of far away from his head, so I'm just making sure that all the right adjustments are done here. It may not be exactly perfect. We're going to have to check it out when we put him on the field or on one of the levels. First, let's give him a name, of course, Silver the Hedgehog. I hope you guys all like how he turned out. I know a lot of people requested him, and we want to give him superpower attacks. This is something that I'm really looking forward to. I don't have a lot of these unlocked. I don't really play the story mode, so that's kind of what I need to do, I think, is get some more of that karma and reputation points and spend them on these superpowers and unlock them all. Let's give him some plasma orbs, and I'm trying to look through kind of all of these and see what would be good for him. I don't probably know completely everything that Silver can do, but we've given him some pretty good ones right here. We're going to make it so that people react to him as a hero, and I'll give him a little bit more health than just 300 right there, okay? We don't really need to alter his weapons because we've given him superpowers in this, so I'll make him hover, and everything looks good. I'm also just kind of giving him some basic behaviors to where he protects good and destroys evil, so pretty self-explanatory, right? Silver's pretty cool. He's a good guy right here. Justice will be upheld by Silver. So we are now in Gotham City. Let's take out Silver here. We'll put him, and we'll make sure that he has somebody to battle. And so yeah, I'm just going into the Bat Computer. That's a feature of Scribblenauts Unmasked, is you can check out all the heroes and villains. And that was cool. That was one of his superpowers right there. There it is again. He's got the white plasma orb, I believe is what that is. And so yes, it looks like those little spikes, that hair in the back for Crimson Fox. It looks like that is, it kind of looks a little bit odd when he's like hovering forward and stuff. You see, it doesn't like, they're like detached from his head, so I may try to move those in just a little bit closer, but it may not always be just completely 100% perfect. As everybody knows, this is Scribblenauts. It's not the exact characters of the game, but I know I do a damn good job of making these and creating them to their likeness in the video games. So there we go, Silver. He's rocking the house. That was pretty epic to see all those. So let's also give him a tail. I know that everybody would have jumped on that, all the trolls and stuff like that. They would have jumped on the fact that I didn't have a tail on him before. So I'll make sure that he has the fang as the tail. Gonna make it tiny. He doesn't need a giant tail or anything like that. Oh man. So yeah, when you see it in this pose where he's jumping, his hair is kind of up a little bit past his head. So I'm just gonna kind of move these around. Whoa, that was crazy. When he kicks, it all goes everywhere. By the way, just remember that the eyes right there, that white shape for the back of his eyes, is Tooth Fairy wings. I am the only person in the world to have discovered that, other than the people who created this game, that it is the Tooth Fairy's wings. So you've got to type Tooth Fairy wings and select one of them. Anyway, thank you guys so much for your support. I love all the supportive members of Kendopolis, you subscribers out there. You guys completely rock. You've been leaving some great feedback, just some great things. Honestly, I love that we can still talk, and the Google Plus comment system, of course, prevents me from doing some of that because it's kind of a broken system. But one thing that I have discovered is if I can't respond to your video comments, if I can't do reply, it'll give me that little pop-up that says you are not allowed to make this comment or reply to this comment or whatever. That is in your settings for Google Plus. So you need to go into your settings, and it's like the very first two settings after you click Google Plus settings, and it says something like, people can comment on my posts or whatever, like these people can comment on my posts, and you have it on the default, which is my circles. So if your circles are the only ones that can comment on that, and I'm not, part of your circles or whatever, we're not added as circles or whatever they call it on Google Plus, then I'm not gonna be able to comment back or reply back to your video comments. So please, everybody, if you want me to reply to you, check your settings there for Google Plus. The majority of you, I think I can reply to, so it should be all good in that regard. And we've got two final pieces of business. One is just that I don't need any suggestions, of people out there. This is not really for the supportive subscribers, but this is just for anybody who thinks that they should suggest something that I could have done better or whatever. I don't need it. I don't need to hear it. It doesn't help me at all, especially after the video has already been uploaded. So you don't need to say anything like that. And lastly, in positive news, I have come up with a great idea for the 1 million views special. I'm not quite at 1 million views yet, but we're dang close. Gosh, we are so close. So thank you, Kendopolis, for viewing all of these videos. It's really cool of you. So I do have an idea. It's going to be along the lines of behind-the-scenes kind of videos, but I'm not going to tell you everything about it. It will just definitely be worth your viewing at that time. When that may come, it'll probably be about a month from now before I actually get it all done and get it out. And by then, I should have 1 million views, because I get about 5,000 a day, 4,000, something like that. So where we're at right now, at least. And lastly, I want to thank everybody who did want to donate for the September 11th project. I will be sending in that donation basically today. So I will, of course, post on the Dr.Kendo Facebook and Twitter profiles. I'll post anything kind of that I hear back from the Red Cross, any stuff like that. But basically for September 11th, I decided that the month of September's revenues that I get from my YouTube channel, because I am a YouTube partner, the revenue that I get from the channel is going to go all into a donation for the Red Cross. And I said, you guys can donate. I know that 2 people tried and I guess they failed. You have to go into PayPal and you have to go to send money and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm not going to bother with it, but I know that some of you wanted to donate. Just know that everybody did donate by watching my videos. That was your donation. That was your contribution to everything. So instead of that going towards video games for my channel and stuff, I'm just going to kind of take that out of my own pocket instead and give that amount to the Red Cross, who was kind of the primary organization there helping out when the World Trade Center towers were attacked in September 11th. My heart, of course, goes out to all the families affected by that and anybody affected by that, honestly. So I am very happy that we can do this, kind of philanthropic thing within my channel. So good news to report will come from that. But again, thank you so much. So I'll catch you guys on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.
I've been down the road of twists and turns, always anxious to see what's within. We can look ahead to the point of no return, to the rest of our lives and the spectacle we give. I've been down the road of twists